Arsenal will surely have to surrender the championship to one side of the Pennines after this. I don't recall them giving away any soft goals last season, but defensively they're just not the same. As for City, well, they're still in touch thanks to David White, scoring for the 6th successive game. He's just about the hottest thing in the First Division right now. Wednesday were going for their 5th straight win and their 4th clean sheet in a row, but it took Queen's Park Rangers only 7 minutes to end the second part of that sequence. Ray Wilkins doesn't score too many, but it's a portfolio of very high quality. Goal of the day, contender A. A minute to go, and Wednesday preserved 3rd spot in the First Division when David Hirst wriggled around to tee himself up for a left-foot special. Hirst 4th in as many games. The Hirst for England campaign gathering even more momentum. The quality of the goals not reflecting the quality of this Merseyside derby. Liverpool, who'd won the previous 5 league meetings between the two, going in front through Nick Tanner. Tanner's first for the club by an inch and a bit. But the second half belonged to Everton. They were terrific. Their flyweight attack moving with pace and purpose. Beardsley's header to Jackson was wonderfully deliberate. Jackson's pass to Johnston wasn't, but the Blue Hordes didn't give a hoot. Everton deserved it and would have won it, but for Liverpool's player of the season in my book, Ray Houghton, with a magnificent goal line clearance from Martin Keown. Cyril Regis appears to be born again in every respect. He's not just scoring regularly, he's scoring brilliantly. Goal of the day, contender B. Villa's second was all about 2 passes, one that happened and one that didn't. Cyril freeing Dwight York, who would have been pilloried for not squaring it to Tony Daly, but for one thing, his 8th goal in his last 9 games. Southampton, having drawn the previous 3, staged another late bid for a point, but could only manage a consolation header by Alan Shearer. Some consolation, they're bottom of the First Division. Spurs have lost more home games than any other side in the First Division, but give them the room to play and they're capable of outsmarting anyone. Goal of the day, contender Paul Allen, finishing off an incisive move. Norwich are in one of their unproductive spells at present, 1 point from 5 games. Into the second half, and goal number 21 of the season for the First Division's top scorer, Gary Lineker. No one does that sort of thing better than Gary. Naeem from Paul Gascoigne range, Spurs winning it 3-0. Here's something worked out on the training ground that really worked a treat. Richard Harvey putting Luton in front in their 4th successive home game, and that's contender D. Their 3rd successive win, lifting them off the bottom. Mark Pembridge bearing down on Dave Besant, who told the referee, "He's conning us both. I made a perfectly legitimate attempt for the ball." Well, that could explain why Besant stayed on the pitch. Now here's an event in itself. John Drea's penalty technique. Here's another cute free kick. Oldham caught napping by Clough and Keane, and possibly by Stuart Pearce turning up like an uninvited guest. The man's full of surprises. Now that gave Oldham the worst defensive record in the First Division. But no one scored more goals at home. Milligan to Sharp, and the first of 2 delightful headers to set up victory. The second from one of their scorers in the 6-3 Boxing Day spectacular against Manchester United, Paul Bernard. A second half blitz by Notts County, leaving West Ham with only 1 point from 6 outings. Splendidly struck opener by Phil Turner. There's a bit of a gap opening up between the bottom 4 and those immediately above them. This was a very important win for Neil Warnock's side. Paul Harding's header for 2-0. West Ham, well, they look to be in a lot of trouble. Next to bottom and leaving Tony Agana in oceans of space to get his first goal for County since joining them from Sheffield United for £750,000. As for last season's great escapologists, it's only 1 win in 6, but a peach of a goal set up by Agana's old sidekick Brian Deane and headed home by Jamie Hoyland. Palace have been finding points hard to come by of late, but they'll take heart from Marco Gabbiadini's 6th goal for them. Ian Wright's a tough act to follow. But this was a confident bit of business by Gabbiadini. That's what Steve Coppell paid £1.8 million for. Coventry's fourth successive away game in front of a crowd of just over 3,000 at Selhurst Park, and a goal worthy of a greater audience. A wonderful piece of improvisation by Stuart Robson. But Wimbledon grabbed their 4th point and 5th goal since Peter With took over as manager 10 games ago, when Robbie Earle flicked in at the far post.